Who would have thought that Hyundai's first electric convertible, which I think looks great, would be so incredibly polarizing? People are arguing about it everywhere. Hyundai and Genesis have just revealed their new electric convertible. People are saying it's a concept, but I disagree for a very good reason. However, it's been controversial. Some people love it, some people hate it. People seem to be either in one camp or the other. I personally think it's rad. So I love it. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. To the new subscribers, welcome to all of you. To everyone else, welcome back. I hope you've had a great day. And I hope that if you're watching from a Western country, that like me, you recognize just how lucky we are to be alive at this period in time. In fact, you know what? Most of the world is in a better position now than it ever has been. So even though the news cycle tells us all this negative stuff, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, everything's terrible, the truth is I think actually things are going very, very well, if we're factual about it. Now, surveys show that people find it very hard to distinguish their own subjective view of the world with the objective reality. When I talk about that, I mean crime statistics, actual average wealth per person, the standard of living. Our standard of living has improved and continues to do so. And a big part of that is renewable energy and electric cars. I made a video recently on the most popular electric convertible in the world. The only way you can get one is by going into a lottery. I think there's about 200,000 reservations now for the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV, partly built by General Motors. It's not really cheap. I mean, the non-convertible version is half the price. Now, yes, it's cheap compared to what this is going to cost. It's an absolute bargain. But I've got to say, in my opinion, this looks way cooler. Now, the thing is, a lot of people are saying this is a concept car. Is it really a concept car? I don't think it is, because Genesis very rarely release a vehicle that they don't intend on building. They're not like Japanese car companies like Toyota. When Toyota bring out like 24 different electric vehicle models, investors and Toyota fans were like, wow, look at all these cars. Look at all these new EVs Toyota's going to make. Wow. And then Toyota said, yeah, we might make some of them, maybe. So, yeah, Genesis don't seem to do that. So I believe that this is not a prototype. Maybe the interior is prototype because the interior is a bit wacky, but I think this is going to be a car you'll be able to buy in the future. And the exterior, in my opinion, looks really cool. That's what I think. A lot of people, though, hate it. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Now, after the release of the Genesis Concept X Speedium, Genesis unveiled a totally new vehicle called the Genesis X Convertible. I love the name, Genesis X Convertible. It's not like a bunch of different names all put together like a lot of cars have, just Genesis X. Genesis was keen to observe the reaction of the present media, and they're watching the public's reaction to decide whether or not they actually do make it. They say they are anyway. Now, I think it's a pretty much dead set 100% chance this is going to be made. Genesis actually already makes two electric cars. The first of those is the G80 Electrified. That's an electric luxury sedan that is currently on sale in 12 states in the United States. The second is a similarly released vehicle. It's on sale in 12 states called the GV60 Crossover. Personally, I'm not a big fan of either of them. I think that Hyundai and Kia have better EVs, the Kia EV6 and the Hyundai Ioniq 5, for less money. But that's just my take. The G80 was made by adapting the current gas-powered G80. It's not an electric car built from the ground up, which is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of it. However, the GV60 was built from the ground up to utilize Hyundai's eGMP platform, and that is a much more compelling vehicle, mostly for that reason. One thing that Genesis are doing, which you've got to say is a good thing, they're stopping gas-powered vehicle development in 2025 after only electric models will begin in 2030. So Hyundai won't make any Genesis vehicles from 2030 onwards that have any kind of gasoline or diesel powered internal combustion, period. But I do think it's bizarre that they're still investing money into the internal combustion division until 2025. That means at least 2 more years of investing money into a dead end. It's like everyone says, these are old, no one wants them anymore, and you just go and investing money into building new versions of this. I don't really understand that. Please, someone explain that to me. Now, as you can see on the front of the car, it's got some wacky looking light strips. And actually, the front top light strip, it's a bit similar to the BYD Atto 3's light strip that it has, which I just saw today. Someone drove past me in a car that I should already have, but I don't have one yet. Please, BYD, give me my car. I want it now. And I think it looks great. I quite like it. Now, there's one big caveat with this car, and that is there's no performance data, there's no specs, there's no details, there's no nothing. We do know that Hyundai have said they believe they can actually increase range by 40% in all of their cars within the next couple of years. I made a video about that. I'll put a link in the description below. You should check that out. That's very interesting. They've said how they're planning to do it, and I mentioned that in the video. Now, personally, I'm not sure about the interior. I mean, in the interior, it's very much made so the driver's seat is extremely separated from the passenger seat. I don't really know what the purpose of that is, but I do like the steering wheel. I do like the digital screen in front of the driver. I just think it's sort of like, it would feel like as a passenger, you're separated into your own separate compartment. I don't really know why they've done that, why they think that would be an advantage to someone driving it. I mean, really, in a convertible, don't you want to feel like you're in an open space, an open area? If your girlfriend's sitting next to you, your boyfriend's sitting next to you, your friend sitting next to you, don't you want to feel like you're kind of there together with them, having this open air experience together? But then when you sort of put this compartment in the middle, kind of separating each other, I just see, what's the advantage? What's the point? So a lot of people don't like that. I personally don't need it at all, but I don't think it's going to be part of the car when they actually make the production version. I think it's unlikely they'll keep that part. But will they keep the rest of it? Absolutely, and they should, because it looks really good. At least that's my take. Now, I hope Genesis pursue this, because you know what? Like I said before, the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, 150,000 sold within about a week. I believe there are 200,000 reservations now. It's not a cheap car. The only way you can get one is by entering a lottery. In other words, there's no competition for this car. There's really no other electric convertibles available that you can buy. So, if they were to make one of these, say, and they released it in, say, a year's time from now, I don't know if that's possible, but you never know, they could. And if they did that, they would sell these in the thousands. Because there's so many people many of you have contacted me saying, hey, Viking, is there an electric convertible that I can buy? Please, when is it coming? I want to know it. I want to buy one. And I just have to say, there isn't really. I'm sorry. But maybe this would be it. Let me know if you'd consider buying this if it was to come out in, say, a year's time and it was to cost, say, $80,000 US. That would be my guess at pricing. $80,000 potentially for, say, a base model, maybe $100,000 for a premium spec model. That would be my guess on pricing, because remember, this is a Genesis car. This would be more of a luxury type vehicle. This wouldn't be positioned in the Kia and Hyundai space. So that would probably be the pricing. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And as always, my friends, have a great day, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.